All right, so we are going to spend this entire class on one sentence. Actually, even less than that, because I wrote half the sentence for you. Today we're going to be putting together our thesis for the Is Graffiti Vandalism argumentative piece. So, yesterday you already picked your stance. Yesterday you picked whether you're going to go with graffiti is vandalism or graffiti is not vandalism, and you grabbed 8 quotes from 3 of the texts yesterday. So the best approach for this is to take a look at the pieces of evidence that you grabbed yesterday. Take a look at yesterday's work and see how you can group those things together. How can you group those pieces of evidence together? What you should be able to find is some reasons that would help group some of those pieces of evidence together. Do you have to make sure you use all the evidence? No, you don't. We grabbed more than is necessary for the essay yesterday, so that's good. It gives you some flexibility, right? So I got 2 sentence starters. You're only going to need one of them, depending on your stance, in a Google Doc in Schoology. So you're going to give me graffiti is vandalism because, and then you give me 2 reasons. Or you give me graffiti is not vandalism because, and you give me 2 reasons. Now, these reasons, keep them short, keep them simple. Because each one of these reasons is going to eat its vitamins and exercise and get plenty of sleep and study hard and grow up to be a body paragraph. So we're going to have 2 body paragraphs in this essay. Each one of them is basically, the topic of each one of those body paragraphs is basically announced in your intro in this sentence called the thesis. So let's say you went with graffiti is not vandalism because it's pretty and it has nice colors. Side note, those are terrible reasons, but I'm going to use them for an example anyway. So if that was your thesis, I would expect your first body paragraph to be all about how graffiti is not vandalism because it's pretty, and I would expect at least 2 quotes, 3 would be even better, that back up the idea that, well, graffiti is not vandalism because it's pretty. Again, really terrible line of thinking. And then you'd have another paragraph on how graffiti is not vandalism because it's very bright colors. And again, lousy reason, really pretty stupid idea. Also some things to consider, the broken window theory that was mentioned in one of the texts. Now, I don't think you should say graffiti is vandalism because broken window theory. That does not make a ton of sense. Like that broken window theory, it addresses how things like graffiti impact a neighborhood. If you want to talk about gentrification, that also talks about how it impacts a neighborhood. So group these things together. Group these things together into reasons. Now, I know it seems like, why are we spending so much time on half a sentence? Because this is a very important sentence, and it's going to require some thinking. It's going to require you looking at the pieces of evidence you grabbed yesterday and figuring out how you're going to utilize them. Now, there's a distinct possibility that you're going to have to go back in the text to grab some different pieces of evidence. Hopefully, yesterday you grabbed everything you're going to need. But if you have to go back, it's not the end of the world. All right, so get this sentence written. I mean, obviously, do the thinking part first. That's what's going to take you the most time. Make sure these things are short and succinct, because otherwise your thesis statement gets to be too long. It really shouldn't be much more than a graffiti is or is not vandalism because this and that. You'll give us all the rich details and explanations in the body paragraphs. Save it for the body paragraphs. And don't be concerned if you're starting to think to yourself, well, my intro isn't going to be very long. It doesn't need to be very long. All right, but we'll talk more about what goes in the intro real soon. Of course, the thesis is part of what goes into the intro. The thesis is what drives your entire essay. So get it submitted. I'll give you the points. All right, that's about it for today. Mr. C's out of here.